His body is on the line. From here on, it's going to be a fiercely contested, chaotic fight with neither side prepared to give an inch. And the pace of play is going to be relentless. Pitched battles with heavy tackles from both sides. The kind of hyperbole that is very familiar to our next guest, who is, of course, one of the country's best sports writers. Kevin McCallum joins us now to talk about the latest ructions at FIFA, the governing body for world football. President Gianni Infantino fighting on following an emergency meeting with his top leadership in Rabat, Morocco. Kevin, I thought you might have a bit of a laugh about that. You are used to cliches about football, but generally they're about on-field play, not off.
Yeah, well, the problem with FIFA is that it's usually about off-field play as well. It's been like that since the days of João Havelange, which was 50 years ago, just about. And through Sepp Blatter, now we thought we had a new FIFA, and we've basically got Sepp Blatter light. It's he's as corrupt for
I
my
mean,
taking as anybody else.
I wonder if it is Sepp Blatter light because we're talking now. I mean, this latest scheme, of course, is the latest scandal, a $20 billion plan. He did not consult associations about it, but also, we now understand, even his top leadership team didn't quite know all the details. So I wonder how much lighter than Sepp Blatter that would be. But as you say, many observers will say this is nothing new. FIFA has always been like this. Sepp Blatter certainly wasn't clean. His predecessor, you've mentioned João Havelange, he wasn't, at least he was compromised, shall we say. We've seen this
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
before.
Yeah, we have. I mean, so this is like Back to the Future 3, but with not with Michael J. Fox. But the time machine seems the same. It just seems to repeat itself. Remember that Infantino came in on this new FIFA tag. He was going to change it all. He was going to do everything was going to be different. But since 2015, when Blatter was still in charge, we've had accusations of bribery. The 2010 this. I was there in 2006 in Zurich when we were awarded the World Cup with 2010, and you still worry about there's still ructions about that in the background, but he just nothing seems to have changed with this guy. There's nothing new. He's now sitting and he's quite blatant, and it's all about him. So it's not about football anymore. For a man who travelled to go be at two games a day during the World Cup, his carbon footprint, never mind his corruption footprint, was enormous. And now he's sitting in Rabat. He's actually ensconced himself in Rabat in Morocco. He was at the WAFCON game last night, just sitting in plain view. Nothing's wrong. I'm okay.
I mean, just give us a sense of what people are actually asking of this man. I would put it to you, Kevin, that he probably sees himself as the equal to many a world leader, a president of a country. If you think of all the protocols around how he travels, you mentioned his carbon footprint, the private jets, the exclusive hotels, the people he gets to hobnob with. I don't know if that would be so easy to walk away from.
Yeah, I don't remember Sepp Blatter for all his evil and all his wrongs going to a G20 summit and speaking at it, or then going to a Trump summit in the US and speaking to that, giving him a peace prize, which he made up himself. Nobody else. There's still an ethics charge about that being brought up with FIFA, which they're going through the process of, which is a bit like a commission of inquiry in South Africa. It's just going to take forever, and you never know if there's going to be anything that's going to come out of it. Uh, he does see himself. I think he sees himself up there. There were stories about the fact that he was talking about during this World Cup, saying to people that he knew that he was going to make some serious money after his third term was finished, because he's been re-elected three times. So this will be his fourth term. Sorry, next year if he gets elected again. And he's talking about making serious money. So he's really looking for a position in the future. He's looking at making $20 billion. That's what he sees himself as. So if he can get up there, he'll be like a Donald Trump, what an Elon Musk, but with a better accent, I suppose.
Look, he's not going out without a fight. That meeting yesterday in Morocco, that statement at the end about, yes, okay,
Mm.
this was a mistake, but don't come after us now. Don't you dare talk about our procedures and how we run world football, or else be warned. I mean, this is not a guy who's going to go away without a fight. And clearly, he's got a lot of world football behind him, Asia Africa, the South American regions, and there's no clear rival.
Yeah, so UEFA's not for him. Africa, I see five countries have come out in quite strong support of him. CONCACAF, the South American Federation, they've issued a sort of a nondescript sort of statement that doesn't really say much. UEFA obviously against it. The Americas, North and Central, are against it as well. Asia, though, the one thing about Asia, I know Qatar's come out and support. Saudi Arabia, who he thought they were going to be a big supporter because of 3034, haven't said to him, listen, you've got our full support. So there's a bit of iffing and toing and froing. My worry is that he's basically saying this money's going to go to you. So the poorer continents, the poorer members, particularly those in Africa and a lot in Asia, they're going to go, well, we're not making money. If he's going to promise us an extra $40 million over the next 3 years, we'll take it. We got nothing.
CAF then has been silent largely on this.
Motsepe was he was strident in the support before the World Cup, saying that from in Africa you don't stab a friend in the back, which I wouldn't go that far to say. In terms of the way FIFA operates, Motsepe needs to be very wary of his steps here because he could find himself walking in a quagmire of corruption.
I mean, is there any possibility, and this may be an extreme scenario, but is there any possibility where, say, UEFA and the European countries, and of course the North American and Central American associations, split from FIFA and form their own body if they don't get their way here?
You know, there's been a talk about that for a long time. And there's some stories coming out today, particularly in the Times of London, how Infantino was involved in a Super Nations plan that UEFA was behind, and he was going to back it and put his name to it. And now he's walked away from that. The problem with that is UEFA then would be seen and CONCACAF would be seen as elitist. But I can see them doing it. The FA has withdrawn their letter of support for Infantino for elections next year. So is the Football Federation of Wales and a couple of others. The Jordanians are accusing him of bribery. Let's see. You know, it may be that may be this one step too far. You know, they've going behind their backs. If you're a person with this handout, you want to be put that money be put into your back pocket, you know, not to be taken away from you and done behind in nefarious ways.
And I said earlier, there's no clear rival, and that makes it complicated for those who would oppose him, because if he goes, then who comes in? We'll have to leave it there. Kevin McCallum, appreciate your analysis and perspective. An author and veteran sports journalist.
Current events, developing stories,
tough questions.
Your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.